I finished this yesterday. This thing. This is actually my third attempt to create some sort of a summary update video because the first two times that I tried this yesterday, I was so livid that I was visibly shaking on camera. Look, hold on. There are knife marks in this book. I don't remember doing this. I don't know if I did this or I bought this used. Someone else could have done this. I'm not sure. That's what kind of book this is. I may have blacked out. There is so much wrong with this book. I could legitimately teach a semester-long class on everything that's wrong with this book alone. Not the series, this one book. I mean, I'm sure you've heard all the statements against the sparkling vampires and how the characters are boring and how the plot is barely there. There are elements that defy the laws of physics, and I'm not talking about the super strength or super speed of the vampires. I'm talking about in multiple scenes, it's indicated that Edward drives like over 100 miles an hour through forest roads. I don't care how good you are as a driver, the laws of physics are still a thing. If you hit a hairpin turn at 100 miles an hour, you're either going to flip your car or go into a tree. There are so many fundamental, basic fucking errors and mistakes and cliches. It's maddening that people will defend this. I'm going to spoil something here, and I don't think anyone's going to stop me. One of the vampires is named Alice. It's like a sister or something for Edward. She has a special power of being able to see in the future, sort of. And I'm going to have a whole thing on that in the review. That's its own kind of stupid. But one thing Meyer had going for her was a sense of mystery. See, Alice's past was unknown to her. I mean, her whoever she was as a human, complete blank in her memory. That is the kind of thing that even an amateur writer can realize can be something you carry along for more than one book. That's the kind of thing you answer in the second, maybe even the third book, if you can carry the plot line well enough. She introduces it on page 300. She answers it on page 440, or thereabouts. It's... No, you had a fucking chance. That's probably what's the most maddening thing about this for me, because, and don't automatically freak out on this, but there are ideas here. There are elements that could work if the author has the slightest iota of talent, which Meyer does not. A romance story about a human and a vampire. Okay, that can work. Giving the vampires individual differing powers, like Edward being psychic, or Alice sort of being able to see in the future, or whatever the fuck. Okay, that can work. It worked very well in the Legacy of Kain series, but there's no talent, there is no skill in doing anything in this. Look, I'm not shaking like I was yesterday, but I'm already getting pissed off just thinking about holding this in my hand. It's obvious to me that Meyer has read a book some point in her life. She may even, to an extent, understand how books are made. But she has no aptitude when it comes to creating a world or characters or anything like that on her own. Now, I've heard people defend the host, and I have no idea what that is, or how well it's written, or anything about it, honestly. But after this one book, this woman is detestable to me. Objectively so. At least in her regards as an author. Ugh. God. The whole experience was about as bad as I thought it would be. The book took me over a month to read. Scratch that, the book took me over a month to force my way through. I mean, this wasn't reading. This was masochism. These characters and the dialogue and the prose have so little depth or meaning to them. My eyes would glaze over partway through a page. So I'd go down a little bit and then I'd start to stop paying attention and I'd be right down about here when I realized, oh, I haven't absorbed the last 2 paragraphs, so I'd have to go back and reread it. I had to read almost every page 2 or 3 times. I can't believe people defend this. It is... Look, I'm one of the first people to try to defend someone's right to have an opinion and like whatever the hell they want. But if you like this, you are wrong. You are just fucking wrong. Alright, so I've seen the movie. I've read the book. I haven't killed myself yet. So all I have left is I need to script, I need to film, I need to edit. All in all, the whole process will probably take me another 4 or 5 weeks, rough estimate. I'm gonna take my time on the script just because I want it to be as concise as possible. And I have so much to say about this. Honestly, the episode is likely going to be over an hour long, but it's the season finale, so hey, that's an excuse, right? I'm likely going to have a few extra videos afterwards just so I can get the whatever extra points I did not get into the review. So look forward to that. And there will probably be some season wrap-up chat with myself and the other crew members. We'll see if we can hook up a live stream or something. I do have to say, I have a lot of awesome fans out there, though, because I lost track of how many people were saying, I will read this alongside you, Crimson. You will not suffer alone. You guys have no idea how much that actually meant to me. Just that is some straight up dedication right there. Oh, and of course we have a special video planned for after the review, but I'm going to leave that for, let's call it an early Christmas present with audience participation. You'll see what I mean later on. So I'm going to get to work on the script. I'm going to disinfect my hands next. And with luck, this will be the best episode we've ever done on the show. God knows it's been the most trying so far. And eventually I will have to watch the sequel. So the project continues. How much of Crimson's sanity can he lose and still function? The answer coming up when we review Twilight. Stay tuned. Any drugs?